In this episode, we're going to look at, should you train like an Olympic athlete? We're going to give you 3 ways that surprisingly you should, and 1 way you definitely shouldn't.
Sounds good.
Yep.
And most of what we're going to cover today in this episode can be found in our new book, in chapters 1 and 2. And the book is Chatty Sparkly Running for Enjoyment, Health and Improved Performance.
And hopefully we'll come back to that at the end. So number 1 is, are you going to train like an Olympic athlete? In this way, definitely. And an Olympic athlete will do the vast majority of their running as really gentle running.
And are we going to run gently?
We can try.
So, yeah,
like,
let's
it
go.
won't be like an Olympic athlete though. That's not counted, but we're not Olympic athletes. So I think a lot of people get the notion that the top runners train hard, so therefore they run hard all the time. Nothing can be further from the truth, in that they spend a lot of their hours, 80 plus 90%, running gently. The vast majority of your running should be gentle effort. Obviously, you're not going to be running the same speed as an Olympic athlete, who probably be doing their gentle runs at about 6.5 to 7 minutes a mile. You might be 10 minutes a mile or 11 minutes a mile or whatever it is for you.
So how much gentle running do you think they do then?
Well, if they do 100 miles a week, they do 85 miles a week of gentle running. So the Olympic runner is a chatty runner. I mean, they chat for hours. They go out for running for hours. They might do 12 hours a week of running. This is the most rutted path in the world.
You might notice that I'm struggling. We can't really run.
Well, you go over to that bit and I'll run in the middle.
I'm going to be out of the shot. Right. Okay, number 2.
Number 2.
Another way that you should train
is an Olympic athlete is really aware of when they're recovered and when they're tired. And when they're tired, they have a recovery day, because it's in the recovery where you get fitter. So getting the recovery day right is absolutely vital for you to improve as a runner.
Everybody, isn't it?
Absolutely everybody. Now, obviously, again, the Olympic runner, their recovery day might be a 30-minute jog in the morning and a 40-minute run in the afternoon. Someone who's doing 65 minutes for 10k would be putting your feet up, or going for a gentle swim, or
doing a bit of yoga.
You got it. Yeah. So and that's the other thing. You need to work out what a recovery day is for you, because if you're not recovering, you're not going to get fitter. The vital thing is when you're tired and it's time to recover, and the opposite, in that you know that you have recovered and it's time to go out and do perhaps a longer run than normal, or whatever you choose to do.
What's number 3 then?
Number 3 is an Olympic athlete never runs every run the same speed. They will vary their speeds. They might do super chatty, a lovely cruise run.
Yeah.
What you've got to remember is anything over 5,000 metres is pretty much 85-90% aerobic, using oxygen to give you the energy. So when you're running chatty, that's the training that you're doing. You're doing your aerobic training. So the Olympic athlete will run. Oh, we're going to have to walk this bit. The Olympic athlete,
I think the tractors have been down here.
Yeah, the Olympic athlete will run chatty for the vast majority of the time, because he's using the energy that he's going to be using for his event.
But what you're saying is there are varying chatty paces that the Olympic athlete and anybody should
aerobic
be running.
Paces,
different aerobic paces.
And they will also do some speed work in the week. They will do some short sprints once or twice a week, and you should do that too.
And that's our sparkles.
That's the sparkly bit.
Yeah. So I'll put a link to another video that we did a couple of years ago, all about the different aerobic paces and when to use them.
Yeah, this is turning from a run into a romantic walk if we're not careful. The Olympic athlete has been running a long time and has got fitter and fitter and fitter over a number of years. They also have an inborn talent in order to be able to do that.
So what you're saying is they've built up to be able to do that sheer volume.
Yeah, and you
work.
haven't. Yeah, I mean, if you've just started and you decide to do 100 miles a week, you're going to get injured. Yeah. Your body's going to say, I'm sorry, you can't do that. So you have to judge what you can do and gradually progress. No, most of us want to just go out and do a 10k or a half marathon and prove that we've got fitness and that we run
Yeah.
for fun, health and improved performance. And
Okay,
if you
so
do all those things, then you will do those.
Yeah.
All you need to do is concentrate on the 85% or 90% of the energy you need for your 5k, the aerobic, and just go out and run Chatty.
Yeah, and in chapter 1 and 2 of the book, we go into a lot of detail on that. How Chatty running will actually make you fitter, faster and stronger.
And we're going to finish there because we've
We're going
come
down
down
and down.
the steepest, most ruttiest path. We're at Wart Hill, if anybody wants to look us up.
We're in
We've
the
now
shed.
got an enormous walk back up here again. But we hope you've enjoyed it. We hope you've learnt a few things and that you have the same body as an Olympic athlete. You're just not so far down the road. You're not going to do 100 miles a week or run 6-minute miles in training. But you go out there and enjoy it like Anne and I are doing. We have great fun. And the Olympic athletes
And
have great
enjoyment
fun.
is key, and they certainly they wouldn't do their training if they didn't enjoy it.
Obviously, well, they have great
Yeah.
fun. And it's a great social thing for them as well as for everybody else too.
And don't forget to take a look at our book on Amazon, Chatty Sparkly Running. Running for enjoyment, health and improved performance. And there is so much in there about how to train and the best way to train. There's plans.
But not for the
suitable-
Olympic athlete.
I don't think they'd be much good for an Olympic athlete, but so good for everybody
For
else.
everybody else.
And how to adapt those plans too. And you can find us on our website, chattysparklyrunners.co.uk.
See you soon.